Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Last week on Michigan Magazine, we brought you the story of the Schindler family living in the forest with no electric, no running water, and no modern convenience. Kathy and Pete raised a family in that environment out of choice, not necessity. Today, we catch up with the family 20 years later to see how that turned out. But first, we visit a dream come true in the wilderness of northern Michigan. It's the story of how a couple of country boys created an old west town out of nothing but inspiration and a lot of hard work. They started building 2 years ago. Now tourists flock from all corners of the state to relive the Old West complete with shootouts and Old West heroes. Stay tuned. It's all coming up next on Michigan Magazine.
Program support provided by Thunder Bay Resort, offering a winter getaway where sleigh bells echo through dense hardwood forests. Guests can experience a search for the majestic and elusive elk viewed from horse-drawn sleighs, then return to a welcomed fire, gourmet dinner, and tales of the day shared over a glass of wine from nearby Stony Acres Winery. USA Today calls the sleigh ride at Thunder Bay Resort one of 10 great places to ride into a Currier and Ives. Located in Hillman on Michigan's Sunrise Side.
Your northern experience is never complete without a stop at the historic Ma Dieters of Luzerne. Enjoy the ambiance inside or outside on the huge patio area. Order from the complete menu with entrees served hot, fresh, and good. Come experience Ma Dieters in the heart of God's country, Luzerne, Michigan. Flu season. Be prepared. Get your immunizations now at Rose City Drug, your one-stop pharmacy, home health care, and medical supply outlet, offering a variety of on-site immunizations. Walk-ins are of course welcome. Call now for more information. Deep in the wilderness of northern Michigan, two men built it, and they came. Amazing Coopersville, Old West Town. The story is just so amazing to us. It's the stuff that movies like Field of Dreams are made. Michigan Magazine never in our wildest dreams ever thought something could snowball as fast and make so many people so happy as this little Old West town called Coopersville in Oscoda County, of all places. It was a few years back that Spike, the owner, saw in his mind's eye a small old western town that could bring back a time he remembered in his childhood where good and evil was not so blurred. Spike passed his vision on to friend and neighbor Stan, who believed that it was possible to create, and the two set to work.
Well, I heard him talking about it for 2 or 3 years, and I finally said, well, let's just do it. Get it done.
And it only started, a little over a year, or perhaps almost a year?
About last April, middle of last April, we started the framework.
What's the whole dream about?
Having something that everybody can enjoy. Bringing back times when people were people.
Honesty.
Yep.
And if they weren't honest, we have the gallows here.
There you go.
And behind the gallows, I see a boot hill. You guys have thought of everything. And it's taken you about a year to do it so far. You guys are still gung-ho going really, further with your dream to make it a place that something that come to and remember.
Yep, it's a never-ending dream. So we got more ideas, but the place belongs to everybody. People donated stuff, and people's come here and enjoyed it and brought their kids, and that's what the reward is.
You're not in it for the money.
No.
Nope.
Any money that's made here goes to charity. A lot of stuff's been donated to me, and that makes it great, because this isn't mine anymore. It belongs to everybody. We all take care of it, and Stan, I could never did it without him. I mean, he's been here just about every day, and and it works out good. We have a lot of fun. We've had a lot of people here, young people, old people. But
what are some of the comments that you get?
Oh, everybody just loves it. Never had anybody have a negative thought about it. People couldn't believe it when they got here. But it's really great.
You have a good time. That's what it's all about, a fun time. And And the light you see on some of the kids' faces are gonna.
If you come to Coopersville, you got to have a good time. If you don't have a good attitude, we don't want you.
Head on back down the street.
You're right.
There you go.
Yep.
But what are your plans? And just to keep building, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Long as we can.
As long as you can.
Because just the joy of seeing people look at it, and it's so. Everybody says, "Well, you should charge admission." I don't want the money.
What do you plan on doing? I mean, you and Spike have any plans, or
It's never ending.
never ending?
We're always arguing about little things, you know. What are we going to do now? I think we ought to do it this way. We ought to do it that way. We end up doing it both ways.
What's the project you guys got working on now?
We're working on the boarding house out there.
Okay, boarding house. Okay. Can you name all the buildings? Offhand?
Just about, yes, sir.
Let's see what we can tell you.
We've got Gene and Shirley's boarding house. We got the post office. We've got Kathy's cafe. We've got the boot shop. We got my wife's bakery out there, Deb's Bakery. Then we come into the saloon. Then we got the bordello. Next to our bordello, we got the bank. Next to the bank, we have D&M Hardware. Next to that, we have the dentist, the veterinarian, the doctor's office. Next to that, we have the undertaker's office. Next to that, we have our local chapel. Next to that, of course, we have the gallows. And then behind the gallows, of course, we got Boot Hill. Then we cross the moat and we have our courthouse and our jail.
There you go.
And we come around the horseshoe. We have George Warren's sawmill with a working water wheel. Then we have our livery and our blacksmith shop.
Since our first visit to Coopersville back in the spring of 2014, Spike and Stan have been working nearly non-stop, adding more and forming many new dreams for expansion and additions. This past summer, Michigan Magazine producer, historian, and Old West hero aficionado Clifford Parent has been working closely with this dynamic duo in bringing the town to life with Old West hero lookalikes making their way to this step back in time, coming from throughout the United States to Coopersville. They've been welcomed with open arms and amazement from the younger generation, who, for a moment, have left their Xboxes, PlayStations, iPods, and iPhones home and actually, not virtually, stepped into the Old West, forming memories that last a lifetime. When people leave and visit here and then leave, what do you want them to take with them?
Good thoughts. Yep. I want people to remember it, enjoy it, treat it like it was theirs.
Very good. Thanks, Mike. Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Something Special's cooking hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. It was back in the early 90s that we made our way into the forest wilderness near Vanderbilt, Michigan. We were on a mission to meet an extraordinary man and his family who were living in the forest with no electric and no modern conveniences, in a cabin he and his wife constructed from scratch. His name is Pete, her name is Kathy, and their last name is Schindler. Their name may not ring a bell, but if you realize that Pete, Kathy, and the family performed throughout Michigan as the group Sneaky Pete and his Forever Family Band, you might say, oh yeah. Pete, along with his wife Kathy, cleared the land, hauled the logs, and made a true home for their growing family, while they toured and recorded their original tunes, Daughters Gypsy Wind, Katie Ray, and Simon Peter were taught the music business and to live in tune with nature. You may recall the story was relayed to you in a segment we called Living in the Forest. It's been about 20 years since our visit to the little cabin in the woods, and the family has grown and went their separate ways. But we learned the family unit is still strong as we again crossed paths with Pete, Kathy, Gypsy Wind, Katie Ray, and Simon Peter as they returned in a reunion performance at the Ogama County Fair, where they've been performing for over 20 consecutive years. This is quite a little expansion. You guys have grown since we saw you guys last. Well, we are at the Ogama County Fair with Sneaky Pete and his Forever Family Band. You know how long it's been since we saw you guys? It's been nearly, 20 years ago? Let's see if I've got everybody right here. Gypsy Wind, Katie Ray, Kathy, and Simon Peter. Right? Did I get it right? And Pete. And who do we have here, Pete?
And this is Lou Ray.
Lou Ray. And who does Lou Ray?
Katie's 1-year-old boy here.
Well, congratulations. His birthday's this week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Sunday. Well, happy birthday. I remember when we were sitting around at the very beginning that you all had dreams of being a drummer, graphic arts, and you really didn't know what you wanted to do, did you? Right. Well, what are you doing now? Are you still into drumming, or what are you doing now, Simon?
Yeah, I play with 3 different groups. One, I play with a group of percussionists, and I do side work other than travel in the summers with the folks. And been making lots of music.
Oh, wow. You've come a long way. I mean, I remember seeing you out there with the stumps and, they're playing in the stumps and having a good time on the forest. Well, are you in the graphic arts or, into illustrations or anything?
Well, I'm actually in the fine arts, and I teach at Kendall College of Art and Design. I'm teaching in the drawing program, and I'm also making my own work, and I'll be having a show in Lapeer, Michigan at the Gallery 194 in September. My job, you always get homesick, and definitely miss the cabin. I mean, we all have such a physical connection, I think, to that place. And it's making me, the older I get, and the busier I get, it's making me search out the out of doors, whether it's an activity or just going back home. And I think we all kind of use the cabin as sort of a place to congregate back together. It's still a home base in a way, even though we all have our own homes and our own lives going on.
I miss being in touch with the woods and the earth. It's just so peaceful. It brings the calm, brings the calm to your whole soul. I also miss playing music a lot. Being a mom is a full-time job. And
I don't get a chance to do that much.
Not as much, and I have to call mom and dad up, hey, I missed you guys, but we still keep in good contact, and it's still okay. Actually, my husband Doug and I have recently been talking about kind of forming a little duo. He's a drummer, and he plays guitar, and he sings, and so I just love being around it, and I have some songs that I'm interested in, so we're going to start getting that going on and just playing around the area where we live. Okay. Other than that, I'm going to be a mommy, and you never know, I might have another little one someday. So
that wouldn't be so bad.
Katie graduated from high school. She went to Marquette to be a music major.
Yep.
And so I started going up there. We went up there a couple of times, and I liked it up there. And I started a degree back when I was about 21. And so I decided that I was going to go up to Northern and finish a music education degree. And so I followed Katie up there the year after she went to Northern, and she got used to me being there. And we were both in the music department at the same time.
It was good.
And we actually did recitals together. She was a piano major, I was a violin major. And so we got to play music together and took classes together. And,
sat next to each other, graduated.
We graduated together.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yes, that was awesome. Yep. And so now, now that I have a teaching degree, I am teaching orchestra for the Crooked Tree Arts Council. It's the Dorothy Gerber Strings Program, and I'm a strings teacher. We teach 3rd grade through high school. And mostly I'm doing very beginners, 3rd graders. Okay. And this is the 4th year I'll be back teaching now. And I'm actually getting to the point where I'm having a lot of fun at it.
Yeah. And I get to be his assistant.
Yeah.
Okay. Still making CDs? Still making music?
We're still making music. I did a CD a couple of years ago. It's a little more difficult now that I've started teaching to have the time, you know, but we're still writing things and still learning. We'll get another CD out in another year or so. Yeah.
You must be pretty proud of the way the family's come out like this.
I'm very proud of them, but I don't necessarily attribute that to just myself. I just, they all have skills that they've developed at the cabin, explored those and taken them as far as they can. It's pretty cool. I also went back to school and studied art, and that's opened up a lot of new ideas for me. And now that my kids are grown, even though I miss them, I have the time to explore a lot of those things. It's been wonderful. I learn something new every day just by trying to be creative with resources that I have. I need it. I need it personally.
Kathy likes to make stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. It's
Well, I remember when we were up there, you made a great cinnamon roll.
And I still do a lot of that too.
One of the things that I kind of wanted to say to you about, you know, the cabin and how we raised in a place that was a real humble place, no electricity and running water, but that's also one of the things that let me go back to school. You know, so I didn't have a mortgage, so I could go back to school and afford to be able to do that. I really want to put in a pitch for that to encourage people to live simply and don't get yourself so far in debt that if you want to change in your life, you can make a change. And that cabin gave me the ability to do that. Because I didn't have a mortgage, I had my place paid off. Gee, I could go away for 4 years and it's still there. I live there now, and hey, it helped me immensely.
You never get that out of your blood. It's part of your
No.
psyche, I guess.
Never. Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about what you plan on doing with your future.
I plan on making lots and lots of music. That's what I do. I also work with kids a lot. I give private lessons. I also run a kitchen in Marquette for a public school system. So I really enjoy getting involved with academia, like these guys, and just trying to give some hope to our future. And whether it's through music or in the classroom, just being involved is a good way to make a change.
Well, we'll look forward to that. How about you, Dipsy? What's your next?
I hope to just keep teaching. I mean, I think it's in my blood. This situation definitely teaches you just how to communicate, I think, and relate to people in general. So keep making art and keep teaching. And music for me is fun. So I can do it whenever I can and have fun at it.
If you just follow your heart and don't give up, the only thing that can stop you is if you give up. That's the only thing that can stop you.
Pursue that passion. Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's good seeing you again.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Barry.
Thank you, Barry.
The best, and we'll check back in another 20.
Okay.
Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of Northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 Northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.
Thanks for joining us in our weekly journeys down Michigan's back roads. Let's stay connected. Also join us daily on all our social media outlets, including our morning SoundCloud, where we're also giving you chances to win. This week's past winners include Joe Lavery of Newport, Michigan, Jeff Smith of Rochester Hills, Michigan, and Denise Job of Clinton Township, Michigan. Winners of our Family and Friends Cookbook number 3. Join me on my early morning ramblings at soundcloud.com/Barry-Stutzman. And that's today's phrase of the week. Join us on the cloud. Send it along to the address on the screen for more chances to win great Michigan prizes. Have a great week, and we'll see you on the next edition of Michigan Magazine. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. Luzerne Express Campground is the premier campground with everything to make your northern adventure complete. Modern and rustic campsites, equestrian campers welcome, a huge market with bakery and deli, nearby RV, hiking, and horse trails, along with a complete canoe, raft, and kayak rental. Visit us online, then call for more information and reserve your spot today.